next evolution in wellness. At Sankey, innovation never stops. We've taken Belage to the next level. Introducing Belage VI with Hyprolina, a revolutionary breakthrough in regeneration and well-being. Powered by Hyprolina, a unique ingredient derived from Japan's blue spirulina, its benefits are stronger than ever. Embrace innovation, embrace the future. Belage VI with Hyprolina.
Thank you for being here tonight. A lot of people and a lot of excitement. So thank you, Dr. Kojima, for sharing all your knowledge. And mainly tonight, we will be talking about this new active ingredient that we're adding to the Belage. We're now upgrading the formula from Belage 5 to Belage 6. And besides Orisot, which is the active ingredient that we have been using now for many years in the Belage, and we have been upgrading the formula. Now we're adding this amazing active ingredient named Hyprolina blue spirulina, and that's what you will be sharing tonight with all our amazing teams. Thank you for all your comments on the chat. Let's get ready. I'm super excited to share all this information with actually when I received this presentation, I was amazed, as you will be amazed tonight, because I didn't know that we have been working on new clinical trials around Hyprolina, and that's what Dr. Kojima will be sharing tonight. And the information is really amazing. So go ahead, Dr. Kojima.
Okay. So here, first, I would like to introduce Hyprolina, the new bioactive in Belage. So it's the world's first metabolite-enriched blue spirulina. Let me go into it further. So first, I would like to tell us where we started with this research. Like the concept of Sankey Mayor is we started studying longevity in the blue zones. And one of the areas that we studied is Okinawa. And so we discovered that the secret to longevity, like there's a lot of people who live up to 100 there, is they're very diverse and strong microbiome in their gut and in their skin. Like if you actually analyze their gut microbiome, they have E. coli strains, and somehow they're very healthy. They have a lot of energy, very strong mitochondria. So this is the secret to longevity, is the strong microbiome. And of course, with their strong microbiome, there's also like an environmental impact to them. Like they're surrounded with Okinawa is a very it's a very clean place. It has strong microbiome. There's no really big industrialization there. There's no chemical. Everything is organic. So the microbiome that grows there is very strong and very unique. So this is where we found our spirulina ingredient. We noticed that marine animals such as sea cucumbers, they feed on this spirulina, and they have regenerative properties. Like you cut a bit of them and they regenerate. So inspired by this discovery, we used spirulina. We checked their microbiome, if it's unique compared to other spirulina found in different areas in Japan. And then we used this microbiome to have a unique for extraction technology to get not only the blue pigment, phycocyanin, but also metabolites from it. The ones you see in the market that is blue spirulina, it's basically phycocyanin extract. It's just the pigment. So there's no nutritional value to it, but because of our fermentation technology, not only is it color blue, but there's also the metabolites of spirulina with it. So to go into further detail, so this is the spirulina that we use. It has a unique endophytic bacteria. Endophytic bacteria is the bacteria that lives within plants, and they have a symbiotic relationship with each other. Like the presence of this bacteria in the plant promotes more nutrients, and then it makes the plant have more resilience to stress, so they benefit from each other. So when we researched this Okinawa spirulina, we found that it has a unique type of bacteria called Phaeobacter inhibens.
And it's only found in that spirulina.
Yes. So normal spirulina outside that can be found in other coasts of Japan doesn't have this bacteria.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
this
because there's a lot of spirulina. I've heard and I've seen a lot of
Yes.
spirulina in the market. This is very unique, as you're saying,
Mhm.
and has very specific properties that you will be explaining to all our leaders tonight. And this is amazing because you found this specific Phaeobacter inhibens bacteria that has some special properties. Let's call it that way.
So we have this because we started with this technology like from I think in the first slide it was like 1994 or something. It's 1997. So it's been decades of years, and we have a lot of data bioprospecting, checking the bacteria of different plants all over the world. So because of this large database, we can actually identify that, oh, this actually is not usually found in this plant. So we can identify which plant or which area has a more unique microbiome. So what we found with this microbacteria is that it enhances the synthesis of bioactives. Like, for example, in cases of other plants, if an olive has a unique microbiome, it has more oleuropein or hydrotoxitol. It's like the bioactive content increases because of the bacteria. And then, so how it works is it modulates the microbiota of the plant, leading to increased secondary metabolite production. And it also, as I mentioned before, it increases stress resilience. It actually even increases resilience to like being eaten by pests. So usually plants that survive in the wild, they don't need chemical fertilizers to help fend themselves from predators.
Right.
So now I'm going more in detail on how we transform this our spirulina into Hyprolina. So this is the first row you can see is the conventional process. You have cultivation, the harvest, cell disruption, so you can get the phycocyanin, the blue pigment, and then extraction, filtration, purification, and then you have blue spirulina. This blue spirulina is what you can consider it like industrial grade because it's just used for food coloring. But for us, we use especially Okinawa spirulina. We harvest them and we do natural fermentation. What we do is actually we don't buy a bacteria from a bacteria bank and then put them in the spirulina and it's not a proper inoculation of bacteria. We just use the microbiome that's already present in the plant and we let it rest in anaerobic conditions in certain controlled temperature and time temperature. And then so it undergoes natural fermentation. So beyond the metabolites that it already has, this metabolite content doubles in this during this process. And then we do the cell disruption, water extraction, filtration, and then we do partial purification so that we have a mix of both the pigment and the metabolites. And then we do concentration, and then in the end we have our product. So it's not only the pigment, but also the short chain fatty acids, vitamin, polyphenols that come with the spirulina plant.
And why is a partial purification versus the traditional process with fuel purification?
Partial because this purification, it only extracts the phycocyanin.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the bioactive. So there's actually around 100 metabolites found in Hyprolina. And vitamin B, phycocyanin, carotene, vitamin E, these are what you can already find in spirulina, even in green spirulina, the spirulina extract, you can find these. But what we have found that is unique is what we have a tropoditheitic acid. So it's one of the bioactives that later on we will discover to have one of the major efficacy on stem cell renewal and antioxidant, anti-inflammatory.
I just want to add that when you talk about metabolites, and in Sankey, we have been talking about postbiotics,
Mhm.
it's the same, right?
Yes, yes. So in right now, actually there's a boom in postbiotics. But there's two categories to it. Postbiotics can, for other people, they can mean just heat-killed bacteria. But for us, we mean it by metabolite, which is the byproduct of bacteria.
Which are still bioactive, and those
And
are
yes,
epigenetic at the
yes,
epigenetic level.
yes. So it's more just like a shortcut instead of eating probiotics or post heat killed bacteria.
Correct.
So this is we will go into mechanism of action. So what is stem cell regeneration? We hear this word all the time, but we don't really understand it. Stem cells, we have this in our bodies. Basically, you can call them starter cells. They're just there. They don't know what they can turn into. So there's a process for stem cells to turn into different types of cells. It can be epidermal cells, muscle cells in the brain. It can be fat cells. It can turn into any cells. So these stem cells, they can be they can play an important role in tissue repair, anti-aging, immune support, brain health, depending on how a certain gene is activated.
Okay, very interesting. And I just want to add that when I started seeing this, because we launched the Belage VI in Mexico before, I think it was 1.5 years before, we're now launching it in the USA. And I didn't know this because when we launched it, you didn't have this information. Or I don't know why, because we're just focused on the liver.
Mm-hmm. And
and
mitochondria. Yeah.
Mitochondria. And now you're talking about stem cells. So for me, this was also new. This is new information for me as well. And this is amazing. So please go ahead.
Yes. So this Hyprolina, as I mentioned before, like how do these 100-year-old people live until 100? How do these marine animals who eat on this spirulina, do they have this endless, what do you call this, immortal capability of regeneration? It's because of stem cell regeneration. So the process of converting somatic cells, which is like cells that can convert into different types of tissues, into pluripotent stem cells. Pluripotent stem cells are cells that can turn to anything except for reproductive cells. So they can differentiate into different cell types using iPSC reprogramming. And the metabolites of Hyprolina upregulate these reprogramming factors, modulate signaling pathways, therefore enhancing the efficacy and success of this reprogramming system. So for them to be just a starter cell to turn into a cell that has a role in your body, they have to go through a certain reprogramming, and Hyprolina metabolites activate this gene expression to start them into turn into something else.
When you're talking about reprogramming factors, please go back. These when you're giving these examples of OCT4, SOX2, KLF4, what are these for? Because remember, you're a super expert PhD on epigenetics, but our audience, our leaders, I'm sure because they're super prepared and super educated, would like to understand better what you mean with these reprogramming factors.
These are just genes of like different parts of, it's just genes that lead into more activation. It's like a downstream activation. I don't have the detailed information here, but later on I can draw a more easy, it's still going to be complicated, like a easy to follow downstream process of how reprogramming factors lead to cell differentiation.
Okay.
It's just in the matter of so these genes, we mention them because later on these are the type of genes that we look for when we test humans to see if it's actually working.
Yeah. Everything that we do is confirmed via clinical trials in vivo. That's important to mention because there are thousands and thousands of products out there that really don't work and that are pushed through the different channels like retail channels or MLM channels, direct selling. And Sankey, we do it that way. And unfortunately, or fortunately, a lot of the products don't really work and don't have this level of science nor technology. And it's the same old products that really don't work. And they're just sold to earn some money through marketing campaigns.
Mm-hmm. And what we do especially is we investigate every step of it. We just don't test humans and say, okay, you gained weight or you lost weight, you increased energy, or there's certain cholesterol levels. But we go deeper and we actually check how it happened. So we start with in vitro with cells, and then we go with more rat animal studies, and then we go into human cells, but we check microbiome, gene expression, epigenetic changes. So we know the whole story. We're just not claiming one thing because we don't know how, because we assume this is how it works. So all the things that we're doing is validated by clinical trials.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So stem cell regeneration works in 3 different ways. So it maintains quiescence by reducing oxidative stress and inflammation. So quiescence is basically when stem cells are dormant. You don't want your stem cells to be always dividing because it can lead to tumors. Sometimes you just want them to be dormant and resting. So because if they're always differentiating, it can lead to oxidative stress, and this is aging. Hyprolina promotes self-renewal via activation. So it's like autophagy, and then facilitates differentiation by, as we heard, like cell differentiation. So these are the stem cell stages, all of which Hyprolina controls.
By the way, you just mentioned autophagy. And now I've been reading some books about from functional doctors and MDs, medical doctors from the USA, by the way, because now in the USA, everybody's starting to talk about longevity and being young forever. And these functional doctors like Dr. Mark Hyman from Cleveland Clinic talks about autophagy and the importance of autophagy.
Yeah.
And I know that Belage is a product for autophagy, and we have been doing a lot of research around that. You just mentioned the autophagy. So Hyprolina with ORI-SOD will increase the autophagy at the mitochondrial level?
Yes. So it'll just help like maintain balance in your body, like homeostasis of the cells, the mitochondria, because these are all things that lead to healthy aging. Like having the balance of the body to do, because autophagy is basically taking out the trash. So taking out unneeded cells, unneeded things. So this is part of renewal, regeneration, and longevity.
Absolutely. It's eliminating the damaged mitochondria, right?
Yes. So another way, these are just, I'm going into more detail on how stem cell regeneration works. So another way of stem cell regeneration is epigenetic modulation. It can influence epigenetic markers such as DNA methylation, histone modification. Which can affect the reprogramming of somatic cells. And then reduction of oxidative stress, it's very important because it can hinder the reprogram efficacy. So it can reduce ROS and create a favorable environment for reprogramming.
For me, this is amazing because I've been following all these biomarkers and these epigenetic markers. And just with this ingredient, we could be selling with the size of the market in the USA, hundreds of millions of dollars, because this is just amazing what you just explained. But you're so used to our technology, and you have been working with us so many years, and you're an expert on this, that you go through this like it's simple. It's like we're doing it, you know, but nobody on earth is doing this level of research. And I know by heart that this is happening. And of course, in the dietary supplements and the nutrition, with all these products that are there, nobody is close to us. And
Yeah.
I know that you're very humble, but what do you think about that?
No, I really think because from my own experience, when I'm explaining things, this, especially our technology, one time is not enough. It usually takes a lot of meetings for people to comprehend how advanced this technology is. And then they realize, but it's because it's so complicated, it's kind of kept only to a certain only smart people can understand. So it's part of our, of course, with Sankey, it's nice that we get this type of conference where we can spread the actual how important. I know it's all these these details are not very sexy to talk about. It's not like it's too square and scientific, but it's actually what it's already proven. This is how it works here in Japan. This is why everyone lives up to 100 here. Like this is the secret to longevity. So another mechanism of stem cell regeneration. Oh, it's just so this is the activation of the pathways, and then not only that, it's just we have essential nutrients like metabolites that work with stem cell division and maintenance. This is yes, I'm just repeating myself here. So this is the in vitro trials. First we confirm them with cells, and we confirm that it does IPC reprogramming. It activates gene protein expression. It has oxidative stress and mitochondrial function, and it modulates epigenetic modulation. So in vitro level, we confirm that Hyprolina promotes stem cell regeneration.
This was done, that was in vitro level, so you could measure all these parameters.
Yes. Yes. So we used human fibroblast, human cells.
Oh, okay.
And then, so we studied the Hyprolina with humans. So 24 subjects were given sorry, it's one dose. One dose of blue spirulina, which is the phycocyanin extract, or Hyprolina, for 48 hours. And then blood samples were collected before and after the test. And it shows higher superior stem cell activation in healthy adults by measuring CD34 cell counts, which is like it's just a cell activation measurement.
So don't
sorry.
go so fast, because there's the comparison between the Hyprolina and the normal blue spirulina. It's significant.
It's very large. It's very large because, as I mentioned, phycocyan, it's just basically saying you have a hibiscus flower or a grape, and you're just getting the anthocyanin, which is like the red pigment. There's no nutritional value in pigments. So with Hyprolina, it's a blend of, can you imagine, hundreds of metabolites comparing to one single molecule. Of course, it's vastly different. So that's why.
That's important. What you just said is really important, and I would like you to repeat it, because this is
the main issue.
Even I think that the main sentence that what you just said is really important for our leaders and all this amazing community that is tonight with us. They really understand, because if they Google blue spirulina, they will find a lot of information, but
Yeah,
our blue spirulina is not that.
yeah.
Can
So
you just repeat and explain further? Thank you.
it's I always explain it this way. When you want vitamin C, you don't, it's better to have, it's not really nice to just have, when you take like a capsule of vitamin C, you realize when you go to the bathroom, your pee is like neon. It's because your liver is excreting it out. You don't need, your body is telling you, we don't need this. So that's why, but it's too much. So, and it's just one molecule. Our body is made out of millions of receptors, millions of cells, and millions of gene activations that you can't expect one molecule to activate all of them. That's why when you want vitamin C, you eat an orange because there's hundreds of metabolites, there's fibers. So it's the same concept to blue spirulina and hyprolina. Do you want just one pigment, or like hundreds of metabolites that activate different things? That's why they're more like the key is bioavailability, like how your body takes all of this information in, and how this signal is being spread all over your body. So it's basically 1 versus 100.
Exactly. And you were giving the example of vitamin C, and I'm sure maybe a lot of the people tonight are still taking vitamin C, from supplements. There are thousands of products out there that sell vitamin C. And what you just said is that doesn't work because your
Yes,
body.
because your body only needs a certain amount. And like I said, you will know by the color of when you go to the toilet, because your body is telling you don't need it that much.
Correct.
So
So
it also
how
means it's not
many
absorbed.
products, how many supplements on average an American is taking? I don't know, maybe four. I don't have
Maybe
the
4 or
numbers,
5.
maybe 4 or
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
And they sell like individual molecules or even individual vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, or the powder of let's say resveratrol or
Yes.
CoQ10 or whatever. And I've been in many pharmacies in the USA, in supermarkets and GNC, etc., and they have like the vitamin D, the vitamin C, vitamin E, CoQ10, etc. And what you're just saying is that it's 1 versus 100 or hundreds in our case, and actually what they are selling doesn't work, right?
Yes. It's I think those are just for actual sick people with diagnosed deficiencies. But for a normal person, you don't need that much of dosage. What you need is like a full spectrum, more sustainable way to address health. So you don't need just the one or a 4 of random singular molecules. No. You're
And actually, you're just explaining what I've been saying this, and Dr. Vigite Diaz told me this many years ago. He told me you don't need to take anything else, because I used to take this supplement and that supplement before starting Sankey, and I once asked him, should I continue taking 1 or 2 or 3 supplements? Because I was taking Belage. I've been taking Belage every single day for 15 years now, more than twice a day, and it's amazing. And I was asking myself, should I buy another supplement? Because when you go to supermarkets, when you go to pharmacies, they are selling so many things. So in the US, they sell so many probiotics with vitamins, with whatever. And you don't need to buy those. Actually, you can save a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And not only talking, I know that we're talking tonight about Belage, but we have other 3 products, the Cronui, the Inner 7, that you know them very well, Kazaki. What would you tell our audience tonight? Because you're just concluding something that is really important. Why we only need the four products of Sankey instead of all the hundreds, thousands of products out there?
So it all goes back to my first slide. We don't look at things like I think right now what's popular is you have a symptom or you feel stressed, you feel tired, you take something to make it better. But what we did is already look at successful models. Look at the people who have lived until 100 and they still hike up to get their water or to get their farm, their vegetables in the farm. We're looking at successful models, and those people, they don't take anything. They have a certain gut microbiome that makes them strong. So we base the model of success with these individuals, and they have certain metabolites in their gut and in their skin. And this is basically what we are giving you. This is our technology. It's biomimicking longevity compared to already successful models. So it's very holistic. We're not just oh, you have liver problems, take this. You have a heart condition, take this, cholesterol, whatever. We're giving you we're basically like giving you like a shortcut of what all the things you need to have a healthy system that will lead to longevity, like our models, because our metabolites, even in Orisod, it's biomimicking these centenarian metabolites.
Correct. I once said that this is like musical notes, and we have found the right combination of those.
Yes.
And there are different beautiful symphonies, and the combination of those musical notes make that music sound beautifully,
Yeah.
and beautiful for your cells. In this case, for your body, for your mitochondria, for your microbiome. And that's what we have found. These compositions of metabolites, postbiotics that sound inside our cells as a symphony.
Yes. So, and it's not like once you understand the technology, you might have like a eureka moment. Oh, it's simple. Then the solution to longevity is simple. But we have studied this for more than 30 years. Like right now, the things that they do in the pharma, when they find an illness, after 2-3 years, you give a pharmaceutical, they will find a drug for it. But for us, we have data that's like 3 decades long, and so many thousands of trial and errors on the fermentation technology. So this has been, it's not a very, metabolites, yes, it's easy to understand, but us taking several years to get to this point, it's not easy. It's actually very complicated. That's why there's a lot of appreciation towards how we orchestrated, like the musical, how we orchestrated to biomimic these successful models.
Correct. And this is pretty dynamic, which is also, I think, amazing for all the people that is here tonight, because we're moving forward all the time and studying better combinations of all these amazing molecules.
Yeah. So, but
we're using artificial intelligence. Sorry, but that's what I want. I'm talking about artificial intelligence behind these new developments, these new technologies.
Yes. Of course, it's drug discovery research is going to be easier because of this AI, but I don't think AI it's easy. I don't think they can comprehend or copy our technology. It's very complicated.
That's exciting. That's really exciting, because that's an opportunity. That means opportunity. That means business opportunity. That means helping a lot of people in a very different way, because usually when we talk about this, immediately our minds go to think about certain diseases. I have this disease, my family has this and that. And in this case, we're working in a completely different way, as you just explained.
You don't have to focus on the symptom or the disease. you have to look within, how did it begin in the first place? So this is our approach.
I mean, it's exciting that in the USA now there's a huge movement called MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, that is being led by the new American president, Mr. Trump. And I think it's a new era of a lot of abundance, a lot of light, a lot of prosperity and blessings that we need. We truly need the leadership of the Americans to spread the word. And I'm super excited of what's coming in what will be happening in the coming months and the coming years and the coming decades. This will change dramatically our health. I mean, the population, the health, the health of the masses. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of people.
And if we could it would really change the whole thinking of these vitamin industries. Like I think it's very important. Right now, probiotic is still very popular. It's well like absorbed by the public. It's easy to understand. But I think once people understand this technology, there will be, I hope there's a click, everything it will revolutionize the health industry.
And what would you say about stem cells? Because there are also a lot of products. Well, I know quite quite a number of stem. They sell stem cells. You know, they have stem cells. Have you seen those products?
No.
Or activators of stem cells. Or do you know some products in Japan that are doing that?
No, actually, stem cells. To be honest, the industry here in Japan is not very futuristic. It's still very, very basic. There's actually no stem cell. Also, supplements in Japan are not very popular. Like usually, because when people get sick, they just go to the doctor. Or if they do take supplements, it's always fermented things. That's been a boom here.
Yeah, correct. You're talking about the American supplements.
Yeah.
Ones that you find on GNC and supermarkets. I know in Japan you don't take them.
No.
I know. Well, this is getting back to this slide, this in vivo confirmation of this clinical trial of the stem cell count and how there's a huge increase after 48 hours versus the baseline. It's really amazing. It's more than double.
Yeah. So in summary, this is Hyprolina is a one-of-a-kind blue spirulina. It promotes longevity through stem cell activation, and we were able to obtain it using our fermentation technology. And then it's natural, it's safe, no chemical, this spirulina is not made in an inside lab. These are grown in wild conditions, and these are all clinically proven.
What can you add about the benefits of our Hyprolina for the liver?
We haven't explored that yet.
Okay. You don't have the clinical trials around the liver. It's based the impact of the Hyprolina is more on the stem cell.
Yes. So for right now we just focused on stem cell regeneration.
Okay. Excellent. I think this is the conclusion. It was pretty straightforward, and this combined with the ORISOT makes. What can you say between the Belage VI versus the version of Belage V? We're like iPhone. We're now in iPhone 6. What's the difference between our Belage 6 and Belage 5?
I think this just because of this stem cell regeneration, it just enhances longevity. Like, I know it's longevity, immunity. These are things that you cannot feel right away when you drink it. but you will see it in your energy levels on how your wounds will heal faster. Because that's one of the most easy things to see is like when you get older, you don't recover the same way. So this is it. Recovery will be faster.
Faster than with 5, basically.
Yeah.
We'll see more benefits. We have amazing testimonies around the product now. Just in my tour in Florida, everybody I talk with that have been just with Belage. Of course, a lot of our distributors and customers are taking more than one product, but with the Belage, the results are amazing, and that was the Belage 5. So basically, they will start seeing more benefits with the 6th version. So let's make it happen. I know we will make it happen. I imagine a radio show of 15 minutes with Dr. Kojima, and I think your English is amazing. So thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you,
Dr. Kojima, and thank you, Mitsuko. Thank you
thank you, everyone.
See you in Japan.
Yes,
Very soon.
see you soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.